want you to see what we're doing today, so. Maybe tilt you a little further up. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good angle. I put you up on a shelf today instead. There, so you don't need to see my forehead. That's not important. Okay. Let's unwrap this and see how it's doing from last night. Where did I tuck it up? There we go. Okay, thankfully it's still nice and damp, so I'm not really worried about it, but we have to add a foot to this bowl. It's upside down right now. You're looking at its butt. Let me see if I can lift it up carefully. But see how it's like a maple leaf? But it's a bowl, so I want to add a foot to it. Basically, that just means we're adding a little, what is the word? A coil. I took last week off of live streaming because my mental health has not been the greatest, and it's still not perfect, but it's good enough. And sometimes, like when it's starting to get better, you know, getting back into doing things helps a lot. So I'm hoping that's what it is. Okay, let's set this clay aside. I think I need to put this up on my thing. See, there, you can tell it's full now. I think it's kind of pretty. At least I hope it looks pretty. Oh, where should I put this? Probably over here. I have a tiny bit of black porcelain left. That's my black clay, and I don't really know what I want to make with it, but I need to make something. I'm kind of considering, would a black spider web like basket be cool? I'd keep it for myself because it would be too delicate and too complicated of something to make repeatedly. Maybe I should hold it this way. I want to smooth out the edges before they get too dry, so. Hopefully the music is a good volume for you guys. Normally I don't live stream at this time of day, so hopefully people start to come in and join us. There, that's better. But last week I did get to work in my yard, so I've made some progress there. I've noticed when my mental health is at its lowest, I really hate talking. Like socializing is so more exhausting than usual. I don't know if you guys experience that as well. Hello! We're doing some pottery today. I made this last night, but we're finishing up. I made a bowl that's shaped like a maple leaf. Here, that's the top-ish view. This is supporting the shape. So I have to do like a foot, which is like you roll a coil so that it sits flat, because right now clearly it does not have a flat bottom. But before it gets too dry, I'm smoothing out all the little edges. And the nice part with this clay, because I'm using terracotta, it's the perfect color for a fall leaf. And I'm gonna put, I have this glaze, it's behind me, see all the buckets right there? I have, it's called Spiced Honey, and it's almost clear glaze, but it has a slight brown color to it, and it has speckles. So it will look exactly like a, what do you call it? Like an autumn leaf. It'll have that texture almost visually to it. And today, well, last night, this is for my fall Halloween pottery collection. I'm only gonna make like 2 or 3 of each thing, because like when you operate a small business, like unless you're a really well-known small business, you don't really sell a lot in quantity at a time. So I try not to have too much in stock, you know, because I can always quickly remake a thing each week, only because I don't have a lot of room, you know, in my house to store overflow. So I try to be conscious of that, but I also am making one of everything for me to keep. Because I love to keep the cute stuff. That's kind of my motto with my pottery, is I only make things that I would want. And I just hope that everyone else likes them too. There we go. But hopefully today, once I add the foot to the bottom of this, you'll get to see what the bowl looks like. And it's, you know, we'll do a grand bowl reveal. Just smoothing out the edges, because I don't want to have to smooth these out when this gets really dry, because odds are the little points will break off. I also have a tiny bit of my black clay left. I can't remember if I mentioned that. And I think I'm going to make a spider web basket, like cut it out like a spider web. And I think I'll just make one for me, because it's going to be really delicate, and I always worry about selling really delicate things. Not so much as like giving them to people, but transporting them to the farmers markets or craft fairs, because they just have a high risk of breaking on the way there. This. But yeah, we're smoothing this out, and then we're going to add a little foot to it. I think I need to flip it back over now. Flip. Reinforcing the seams so less likely to like crack and break. And hopefully, I'm guessing maybe by end of next week, maybe I'll be able to fire it. So I don't know how many hours I have to work in the studio this week, but like I said, I'm not making too much of each thing for my sanity. That's better. But how is everyone's day going? Can't believe it's Wednesday. This week is flying by. I already had my mental breakdown that I normally reserve for Thursdays yesterday, so like... I feel like I can turn the music up a notch. I'm going to try to turn it up a little bit. There. Hopefully that's a little bit better volume. Okay. It's always nerve-wracking making really delicate pottery like this. I don't know if you can see it. Do I need to tilt this down a little lower? Because I think I can. There. Because you don't need to see my forehead. That is not important. But it's always nerve-wracking making this kind of pottery. You don't want to break it in the process of just trying to finish it. Okay, I'm happy with that. But I have to smooth out the edges, or else when it gets fired they become really sharp, and then they're kind of like a danger to society. I keep getting spiders in my studio and they keep making spider webs on my pottery. I don't mind them though because they keep the mosquitoes down, so they can stay. There we go. It's hard to get into the little crevasses. There we go. Sometimes fingers do better than all the little pottery tools, I swear. Okay, I'm happy with that one. This one could be a little smoother. Okay, we're almost done with the tiny little edges. Ooh, there we go. It's getting like to the perfect consistency now that I can kind of adjust and shape the leaf without one, it just flopping back where it was, or without them breaking off all these little points of the leaf. I would love to make a little fairy house, and this like a leaf like this could be the roof. That would be so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna spray them now. Keep them damp. And we're gonna work on the little foot. I'm gonna push this over there. Get my clay. Dampened this up last night. Okay, where's my knife? There we go. This should be enough. Set that aside. Knead this out and roll it out into a nice little tube. How is everyone today? Oh, Santa asked me out on a date. That's weird. Actually, cut this in half. I think half I'm trying to decide how big I want to make the foot, because it has to be in line with that center part, but I think when I flip it over it'll be a little flatter of a shape and less rounded anyway. Trying to decide like if I should make it my goal to make like one piece of pottery a day for a little while, or almost every day. It's just, it's hard with my work schedule and mental health right now. Okay, chop this off. Although I do usually feel better after I've worked in the studio a little while. Do not like how this is rolling out. Clay is just like not the right texture. Okay, let's see if that's enough for a foot. Let's see, does that look like a good foot for the bowl? I feel like that's a good size. Okay, I'm gonna work on connecting this. Gotta rough it up a little bit first. There we go. A nice little circle. I gotta mark out where I want it to go. I think I want it closer to that side. I feel like that looks centered-ish. Does that look kind of like the center of the bowl? Also, if I eyeball it from here, I think. That's good. Okay, I'm kind of lightly, very lightly trace along where I have this. So I know where I need to rough it up. Take that off. I'm going to go right along inside that seam. Scratch it. I think I can move this a little further where you can actually see it. There we go. I think I like this angle better for the live stream, having you up on a shelf above me so you can actually kind of see what I'm doing. You guys can let me know if it's better than how it used to be. Dampen that. And now we're going to place it. Nice. There we go. A little foot on the bowl. I'm going to use this little paint stir stick to kind of tap it in. Now we're going to go along, keep it damp. I'm going to go along the outside edge here, smooth that seam. go. Now I do the inside. There we go. Okay. Fabulous. Now I'm going to flip it over to try to make it kind of flat. So let me take it, and hopefully we can start to detach it. There we go. See how like it already is like pretty nice and flat. Okay. Now I'm going to try my best to detach the foam. It kind of sticks to this, if I'm being honest, pretty bad. Very careful because I don't want to rip it. It's giving me a run for my money. This is being so rude. This while I'm here. I'm losing my mind. There we go. Haha, just like that. All of a sudden it releases. Okay. We do need some support, so maybe put this sponge there. Let me grab some little support pieces. There we go. So now I just want to check which areas aren't super sound structurally and just mend them. I will be so much more at peace when this is fired. There we go. See if I can slide all of this over a little bit. This away. kind of want to like curl the leaves, like, you know, like each little strand from the leaf, so to speak. Each point, main point, so that it curls just like a fall leaf normally does. Ah, you need to do your job and be a support system. Maybe I'll put this one here. I'll put this one here. I don't like that shape though, so I don't want it to dry that way. Okay, happy with that. We're getting there. It's finally starting to look good. Okay, now I think I can work on curling the little leaf parts. So like this part I want to curl it kind of like around. See, then it kind of makes that bowl shape a little bit more. Okay, now I'm getting excited. I'm getting happy with it now. There, I feel like it's more bowl shaped now. I feel like this part could be a little little bit more curled up. Okay. Okay, time to do some reinforcement with some tiny little itty bitty bits of clay. Like tiny, tiny itty bitty. Okay, that's good. I need, there we go. Now a little bit over here. Do the same thing. Place this behind it. A little bit on this corner, and then I'm going to try to transplant this so that it can dry. And then we're going to move on to adding craters to a moon. And then I think I'm going to have to take my lunch break. Yay! This looks so nice. Okay, I'm gonna grab some newspaper to kind of create a mold around it to support it while it dries. If I could there we go. A little bit. Okay, I think this might be done. Maple leaf bowl. I'm gonna very delicately take this just as it is and set it over onto this board so it can dry. Slowly and safely dry. There, look at her. Nice and secure, happy as a clam. I think I'm happy with the shape. And all the last little like crumblies that will come off when it dries that I can pick at. Gosh, I could pick at this all day. The perfectionist in me needs to just walk away. Okay. Time to put her in night-night. And I'm going to let this very, very, very slowly dry. Okay, on to the next little bit today. How are we on time? Oh, good. So I'm doing a mobile on this one, and I want this to be the top here. So I want to add some craters to this moon, but I also have to kind of place where it's going to hang from. I'm just smoothing out the edges first. That's always the best place to start. Okay, so I think I might want to hang it from here. I'm trying to think about gravity right now. It's a little more than my brain can handle. I'm going to use the end of this paintbrush to kind of mark it. I'm not doing the holes yet. If I do it here, I want it to do it here and here then. I want to go a little further back. No, I think it needs to be right here. And I'm going to use this as a straight line marker. One over here. And I think one over here. I think that's a good spot to hang it from. Fingers crossed. Okay, I need to cut this out. What do I want to cut it out with though? I guess this is fine. I'll wipe it off so it's as clean as possible, because the cleaner that end is, the cleaner like cuts you'll get. There we go. I think I'm gonna make myself a nice sandwich for lunch. I think I have enough lettuce in the garden, and I might have a tomato that's ready to pick. There we go. And we'll do the one at the top. Go. Forgot to put my signature, I think, on the back of this, so it is what it is. Let's see, do you want me to tilt it down further again? There we go. Hello. Okay. These are doing pretty good, but I need to smooth out the edges of them. I think I'm going to try to flip this over just temporarily so I can put my little signature on the back of it. Hopefully. Perfect. I'm just going to press it into it. Press it right back down. Okay, on to the bats and stars. I'm trying to decide if this is enough for the 2 strands, if I just want to do like a bat and then a star, and then do a star and then a bat on that side. I kind of want to do smaller stars. I don't know. I'm trying to decide, you know, like I don't want to be do too much, essentially. I don't want it to be too ridiculous, because I could always add some beads on the strings. so that it just looks a little more full without these big pieces. Because I feel like if I start making too many of the hanging pieces, it'll start to outweigh the size of the moon, so to speak. Visually, like visually outweigh. And probably become a little too heavy, honestly, for the moon. It's funny, you would think like just flat pieces like this would be really easy. they're really not, because as they dry, sometimes they start to become kind of crooked and lopsided. One side might dry quicker than the other, so you have to be very careful to make sure they dry evenly. Okay, this wing is a little bit narrower along. Again, it doesn't matter. Nobody's perfect. Especially not wild animals. There we go, happy with that one. Let's work on the edges of the star. I also need to pivot holes in these. Let's see. I'm trying to decide where I want to put the holes on the bats so that they like hang nicely. Because I don't want them hanging just like perfectly straight. Like I want them kind of like angles, I think. Okay, that looks better. This one is already pretty good. Sometimes the shapes just get cut out a little bit better on one than the other, depending on the consistency of the clay in that spot of the slab. Okay, now we're on to the bat. Here we go. Okay, so I think I have it figured out. I think I'm gonna cut a hole in the bat wings, one here and one, well, if I put it exactly there, it'll just go sideways. I don't want that, because I want an angle. So maybe they need to be like here and here, because then it'll pull it slightly. Ooh, or maybe it needs to be one here and here. I'm trying to do gravity in my head, and that is hard. Oh. Well, I know this is what I want to do with the stars. Stars are at least an easy part. I'm just putting a hole at one spot and then at a point. I'm going to put one here. I think here. One over here. Okay. Let's figure out where to put holes in the bats to hang them. If you have any advice, I will take it. Oh, let me fix the music. Intermission. There we go. Crisis averted. No non-copyright music here. Okay. I would love like glittery black twine to hang these. I feel like that would be very pretty. Okay, those are smoothed out. Now I gotta plan the holes on the bats. So, I feel like if I put one here, it'll slightly tilt it, right? I don't want to really do it all the way out to the side because that will put it directly at that angle, but if I put it here, it will probably tilt it that way a little bit. Yeah, because the weight should help of the wing. Ooh, and then maybe I can hang little beads off the very tip. Yeah, we're adding beads once this is all fired, definitely to the hanging process. I think it'll be really pretty. black slip paint. Well, no, I can just use the black glaze, maybe. I'm trying to see what color I have. I know I have orange, which I have a yellow glaze? I do have a yellow glaze. I have yellow and I have purple. I think I might make the bats purple. I think I'm gonna make the bats purple, the stars yellow, and the moon gray, of course, I think. Which will just be more of a clear glaze. Okay, now that I'm happy with these, for the most part, and they're too damp for me to slip paint them, so I'm going to work on the moon. I want to add some craters to it, but I have to mark out where they're going to go first. This could be a little smoother. Okay, I think I'm going to use the back of this paintbrush again to kind of mark things. I think I might be able to make some craters with this. I think I want a big one right here. Definitely a big one here, maybe there, and then there maybe. And then do I have a bigger, oh I do, look at that. I do have a bigger circle. I'm gonna use this to make some varying sizes. I'm gonna wipe it off first though, so it's not scratchy. Let's see, if I'm doing a big one here, I can mark a slightly bigger one here. Maybe right here. Maybe one right here. Fabulous. Now I'll make ones that are more like three-dimensional. I'm gonna scratch up where I want them. I feel like I could add a small one right here. And another small one here. And here. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. Okay, I'm gonna make a ball. I think I need a little less clay. Ooh, should I cut this in half? I should cut this in half. This one will go there. to use this again. Actually, maybe I'll use this. It's slightly smaller and more rounded. Yeah. To make a little indent. Oh, that's cute. Wow, we've been at it for just over an hour. We're doing good. I try to kind of limit myself to an hour per thing, not like per art project, but per task, so that it's like whatever I get done in that amount of time, I get done in that amount of time. Because I have so many things on my to-do list. Plus, like, knowing that I only have an hour to do something, I get more done, I swear. Okay, I'm gonna add the little crevasse. I'm gonna work on smoothing it out. Out. Then I might add some like small little bumps here and there, but not add the little holes to them, just to add more 3-dimension without more crevices, so to speak. Okay, grab some clay. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, now I think I'm gonna just make a few little lumpy bobs. I'm gonna do one over here, maybe like one right here. One here. Is that good? Kind of need one over on this side. Maybe right between these two. Okay. Tiny little bit of clay. And we're almost done with the texture of the moon. And then I think we'll be done for today because I have to eat lunch, take a little break because I'm doing yard work today. Spray that. Put that right there. Okay, one down, and then I'll work on smoothing them all out at once, just because. Okay, another little ball of clay. Cut that in half. Scratch up the back side. I just realized I forgot to take my vitamins today. And then tomorrow I think I'll work on slip painting all of these things. Or should I do like one big slip paint at once? I'm trying to decide. You know, I should probably get as much of the work done at once as I can. And then slip paint everything at once. Because it's easier to slip paint, I found, when everything's a little bit drier. It doesn't smear and smudge as much. But not bone dry, because then it like cracks. That's a weird thing. Oops. Oh, I can hear the cicadas outside. There we go. Okay. We'll do that to the edges of all of these. Spray it, then use my fingers, and then leave it to dry. harder to get. There we go. I think the texture of the moon looks pretty good. Let me show you guys. I feel like it turned out pretty well. It looks so much better once I have a layer of the gray slip paint over it, and it's not, you know, brown, poop brown color. Right now it probably just looks like Mars. No offense to Mars. There. So we got the maple leaf bowl done today, and we got one of the mobiles done. So that's pretty good. That's a lot of progress. Okay, there. I've distracted myself enough. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for today in the ceramic studio because I have to tackle everything else on my to-do list. So I hope you enjoyed this little crafting pottery live stream. So excited to be working on, fall and Halloween things now. It's just, it helps. It helps with the mental health, you guys. Embrace the change of the seasons. I'm gonna tilt you up a little bit. There. Okay. Fabulous. Well, I'm gonna call it a day for now, and I want to thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. And I don't know when my next one is. I'm sorry again that I took a whole week off. My brain needed some emotional rest, just rest. But I'm gonna try to get into the studio more often because I need to. Work-wise, I need to. So, might do more live streams, might not. It depends on how I'm feeling about talking the whole time. Sometimes I need to just not talk, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna go eat some lunch now, and thank you again so much for watching. I will see you whenever the next one is, and have a lovely week, weekend, all of the above. Bye, you guys.